If you were anything like I was a few years ago, you may not know a single thing about unions or how they work in the workplace to help people like you and me. Most jobs don't have a union, and maybe you don't even know if your job has a union, but that doesn't mean you don't have the power to start one in your workplace to fight for your livelihood. It's hard enough being a full-time college student and trying to find a job that works with your schedule and also pays livable wages. And don't even get me started on car payments, rent, paying back loans, or trying to save for that vacation that you never got to go on. And although unions do get a bad rep, within the last 2 years, I have spent countless hours on picket lines helping hospitality workers fight for their specific contracts. This means I've got to see how the union supports each other, and these people have been able to win better living conditions, better working conditions for themselves because they're united and bargaining as a unit. You may be asking yourself, why would I want to form a union? Why do I need to form a union? And in response to that, I'm going to give you some history about unions and some of the great wins that we've been able to get when the working class works together. We've been able to secure better wages, healthcare, insurance, because of everyone coming together. Some historical unions' gains were securing a 40-hour work week, paid time off, overtime, Social Security, child labor laws, and standardized health and safety regulations. All of these things that you come into contact with every day when you're at work, and you may not even realize it. So you're welcome for the weekend. Thank you to all the people who have fought for our weekend. So let's get into how to form a union in your workplace. So the first thing that you're going to do is talk to coworkers. Talking to coworkers and asking them if they have any concerns in the workplace, if they feel maybe they're not getting paid enough, if you guys want insurance, if there is any health problems or regulations. You're going to talk to your coworkers and start to, express that you're interested in forming a union and if they're on board. So the next thing that you're going to do is reach out to a union organizer that works for your industry. This means maybe hospitality, maybe the people who work with automotive stuff, all different kind of unions. And if there isn't one that represents your specific industry, you may need to form the first ever for this industry. Once you've reached out to an organizer or a representative of your kind of labor, they're going to help you form the union by giving you maybe authorization cards or talking to you and explaining how to get them signed. And I'm going to show you an example of what an authorization card actually looks like right here. So, it's got your name, your job, some information, your employer, and of course your signature. And once you get a majority of workers to sign these authorization cards, you can move on to the next steps of forming the union. So once you get majority, you are next going to give this to your employer, and they have two options. Either they can voluntarily recognize you, or they can say no. And they will say that you need to bring a vote. So if your company does not want to voluntarily recognize the union, you're going to contact the NLRB and file with the NLRB to hold a vote, which a NLRB representative will come to your job and will hold a vote. Everyone will vote if they want a union or not. And at the end, the NLRB representative will let you know if you guys have successfully formed a union. Yay, 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 yay. Congratulations. You guys have majority vote and you have now started your union. But that doesn't mean you're done yet. The next thing will be that you have to actually start to negotiate for your contract. And that will be a whole other demonstration speech of how to negotiate your contract or talk to your coworkers about what you guys want to see in your contract. But for now, let's just take the win on starting a union in your workplace. Congratulations. And I hope this kind of sparks your guys' interest in unionizing, or even if you have a union already, talking to your organizers and seeing how you can be involved. Si se puede, united we bargain, divided we beg. Don't forget that.